Imagine a flower so rare, so mysterious that it blooms only once every 100 years. A single blossom that appears, glimmers in the sunlight for a brief moment, and then disappears again into the folds of history. Across remote mountains and hidden valleys, legends speak of this mystical flower, its beauty unparalleled, its fragrance said to inspire visions, and its bloom considered a harbinger of change. Scientists call it the centennial bloom, but for centuries it was nothing more than a myth. Tonight we journey into the story of the flower that blooms once every century, a story where nature, mystery, and legend converge. Part 1. The legend begins. The earliest records of this flower come from ancient manuscripts and local folklore. In isolated villages, elders spoke of a plant hidden deep in the forest, rarely seen but feared and revered. According to the legends, the flower's bloom brings prosperity to the land, healing to the sick, and sometimes even visions of the future. One story tells of a shepherd who stumbled upon the blossom. The flower opened as the sun rose, its petals reflecting light in shades of gold and crimson. By nightfall, the petals had closed and vanished, leaving the shepherd with only the memory of its wonder. Generations passed, and villagers learned to respect its timing. The flower would appear not on demand, but only when nature deemed the moment right. Part 2. Where it grows. The flower is said to grow only in very specific locations. High mountain peaks, where the air is thin and the soil is mineral-rich. Valleys that remain untouched by human activity for decades. Forests that experience precise cycles of rainfall and sunlight. Biologists suggest that its rarity is due to these extreme conditions. The plant invests nearly a century building up energy and nutrients in its root system before producing a single bloom. In a way, the flower is a master of patience, a reminder of how slow and deliberate nature can be. Maps and GPS cannot predict its location. Even modern satellite imagery has failed to identify its exact habitat. Its presence is a combination of science and mystery. Part 3. The science of centennial blooms. How can a flower survive for 100 years without blooming? The answer lies in its biology. 1. Energy storage. Its roots act like batteries, storing energy for decades. 2. Protective adaptations. Thick outer leaves prevent water loss and damage from extreme weather. 3. Synchronized blooming. When conditions are perfect, the flower coordinates cellular growth to open simultaneously across petals. Scientists have discovered a few species with similar patterns, such as certain bamboo and century plants, but none match the legend of this mystical bloom in both rarity and beauty. Part 4. Historical encounters. Throughout history, explorers, monks, and botanists have sought the flower. One 17th century explorer claimed he saw the bloom atop a misty mountain and sketched it in his journal. The sketch depicted radiant petals, almost glowing in the moonlight, but when he returned years later, the flower had vanished. In Asia, certain temples were built near rumored locations, with monks claiming to witness the bloom only once in their lifetimes. In Europe, botanical societies dedicated resources to searching for the plant, yet decades of expeditions yielded little proof. Every sighting was documented carefully, but verification remained nearly impossible, keeping the flower shrouded in mystery and myth. The combination of biology, climate, and location creates a phenomenon that is nearly impossible to predict, adding to the legend's allure. Part 5. Modern discoveries. In recent decades, scientists armed with drones, high-resolution cameras, and satellite imagery have attempted to track rare blooms. Some success stories emerged. A flower photographed in a remote canyon, its petals illuminated by the sunrise. A bloom captured by a hidden camera in a protected reserve. Yet these occurrences are extremely rare. Researchers discovered that the plant S-bloom is affected not only by age, but also by specific lunar cycles, rainfall patterns, and soil mineral content. Each observation requires patience, meticulous planning, and sometimes luck. The flower continues to challenge human expectations and scientific understanding. Part 6. Cultural impact beyond science. The flower has influenced culture and art. Poets wrote verses inspired by its fleeting beauty. Painters attempted to capture its ephemeral glow. Folklore warns against plucking it, claiming it will bring misfortune. In some regions, festivals are held when the bloom is rumored to appear. Villagers gather in silence, waiting to witness the once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. The flower symbolizes patience, hope. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible natural wonders and mysteries from around the globe.